Hey YouTube, it's Matches 860 smoking a custom built with some haunted bookshop in it. And I got some company today.
What's up, Pipers? Brad here with you from Pipes and Kayaks, and you guessed it, Peterson 106 with some, John, tell them what it is.
I gave Brad some Edgeworth slices from 1975, thanks to Doug Owen.
Yes, Doug, thank you, because this is amazing. Amazing. And I'll get out of the way because we have another guest.
Mark in Rhode Island, also smoking some of this delicious Edgeworth here with my two good friends.
So we've met up in Foster, Rhode Island, and I got to thank Brad and Mark for joining me in my Halloween video.
Pleasure to be here with you, John.
Gonna tell a little story about some hauntings in Foster. Foster was settled in the early 1700s and named after a guy named Foster. And typical of small settlements back then, different parts of Foster got different names. And the part that we're in right now is called Hopkins Mills. And a guy named Hopkins started working his land here with a grist mill, I think a couple of other mills, maybe a sawmill or something. And in the late 1700s, he sold it to a guy named William Potter. And William Potter, by trade, was a textile guy who worked in wool. And he started working in the mills that were already here from Hopkins. And he also built his own, his textile mills, wool mills. So around 1813, he decided to make his son-in-law a partner. His son-in-law was, what was his name?
Oh, jeez.
Peleg Walker.
There you go.
I have all this stuff on my phone in case I have to look at it. So he made Peleg Walker a partner, and they had this complex of buildings out in the woods along the river for the factory and the storage and all of that business. Well, he and Peleg got into a disagreement at one point, and Peleg wound up being the night watchman of the complex. And I should mention there were a bunch of families that lived on the site, the workers. So this was like a little town here. And in this argument with Peleg Walker, which nobody really knows what the argument was about, Peleg said to the boss there, Mr. Potter, he said, "Someday you're going to pull the keys to this place out of a dead man's pocket." So sure enough, in May of 1822, the morning bell for the complex didn't ring, and that was part of Peleg's job, was to get everybody to work on time. So they went over to the main building and found Peleg. He had hung himself. So they buried Peleg Walker in the family plot in the cemetery here behind us. We went looking for the stone and we can't find it. It might be one of the ones that's weather worn. But anyway, the night after they buried Peleg, at around midnight, the bell started ringing in the main building of the complex. Spooked everybody. They ran over. They ended up having to take the bell down so it wouldn't ring anymore. Peleg had another trick up his sleeve. One night in the middle of the night, everybody heard all this racket down at the mills. And they got up and went down, and the mill wheel, according to the eyewitnesses, was going backwards against the flow of the river. All the machinery in the factories was going crazy and making a big mess. And that was enough to drive everybody out of town. So, supposedly the complex, which is out in the woods that way, to this day is still haunted. It all burned down in 1860, 1865, something like that. And they say that Peleg Walker can still be seen walking around at night with his lantern, checking on the buildings to make sure everything's okay. So that's my Halloween story for this Halloween.
That's a darn good one. Very good. There's a lot of information too about it on the web.
Yep.
If people want to Google it, there's been many ghost investigations there, and a lot of people have reported things, and there's been a lot of independent investigators come and go. People do go up there at night.
And the area, Foster, reminds me a lot of Burlington, where I did the Green Lady video a couple of years back. Real small town, and almost for, I don't know, like 100 years, the population never got more than about 1,000. So it's really retained a rural charm to it, I think.
Yeah, it's beautiful up here. It really is. And when it snows up here, it snows. No doubt about it. But it really is beautiful country if you're thinking about coming up here. It's, especially this time of year, it's tremendous.
Today was a great day.
It was.
Great day for a hike.
We had a hell of a hike, actually.
We did.
Yep, I'm tired.
So am I.
So I want to thank you guys again for coming along.
Hey, it was my pleasure.
Thank you.
It was great to see Mark,
Yes, yes.
Great to be here.
and we had a pretty darn good day.
And thanks to all of you for watching the Halloween video. Hope you have a great one.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Take care.